must make a distinction. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm an intrapreneur, right? I think of myself as my mind is my own business and my biggest client is my employer. And what we do at Powergold, we help dealerships improve their online presence, make sure to maximize their performance, and of course their appearance online to make sure that they can generate as many sales as possible.
Welcome to the Unlock Potential, where we dive deep into the journey of those who are reshaping the world of entrepreneurship. I'm your host, Kevin Raphael. Today, I'm thrilled to have William Fenelon with us. William is an expert in helping dealerships optimize their online presence and performance. Also, he has a lot of knowledge in sales, team leadership, and public speaking. Kevin. William, thank you very much for taking some of your precious time again, even though we had technical issues. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, Kevin, and I'm really happy to be here with you. And I must make a distinction. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm an intrapreneur, right? I think of myself as my mind is my own business, and my biggest client is my employer. And what we do at PowerGo, we help dealerships improve their online presence, make sure to maximize their performance, and of course their appearance online to make sure that they can generate as many sales as possible.
Good, good. Thanks for the notification. You're an entrepreneur, not an entrepreneur. Good.
The clarification.
While you had it, you were heading on. You start a little bit to talk a little bit about you. For those who don't know you, William, could you give a brief introduction of who's William Fenelon?
William Fenelon is a sales representative. So my career, I started in customer service over the phone. Then after that, I migrated over to sales, basically, where to me, sales at first over the phone was just to solve the client's issues and then make them an offer. And
Okay.
years down the line, right, sales, I found an acronym. I'm not the one that created it, but it really is a system that I follow. Sales, as an acronym, SALES, stands for serve, ask, listen, empathize, and summarize. If I could break that down for you. So first, serve. My mindset, I always approach any interaction, I'm here to help. That's my main goal. I'm here to help whoever I'm dealing with. And how do I do that? By asking questions and listening with the intent of understanding. Really like asking specific questions and listening, letting the person talk so that I can really understand what's the issue that they're facing and what they're trying to solve. And my superpower is empathize. I'm able to put myself in my prospects or my clients' shoes to see the problems from their perspective. And if my products or services can solve the issue, then that's when I summarize the solution. And if they can feel it, we have a deal. So sales is not rocket science. I like to keep things simple. It's not easy, but it is simple.
Nice. That's a nice acronym. Let me. I missed the L part. What's the L? What the L represents again? Listen.
So yeah,
Okay.
SALES, serve, ask, listen, empathize, and summarize.
Summarize. Okay. I thought the last one was solution. So
Well, you summarize the solution, basically.
summarize. Awesome. Serve, ask, listen, empathize, summarize. That's a great acronym. And what's good with it, William, is that it's applicable in anything.
Definitely. I like to keep things simple. And again, I must say, I did not create that acronym. But once I
Okay.
stumbled upon it, I was like, wow, this is exactly what I do. This is a good frame to just basically summarize what I do on a daily basis. Sales, that's what it is, basically.
Hmm. All right. Well, write a comment in write a, in comment if you like it. Put a thumbs up or if type yeah in the comments if you like that. That's a really cool and simple acronym. Serve,
Definitely.
ask, listen, empathize, and summarize.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That's what I
Uh,
do every day. As business director of director of business development for Powergold, that's what I apply on my day-to-day activities and tasks. That's the framework that I follow every day.
and what is Power Go basically, William?
Powergo is a web provider of web solutions, but specifically for the power sports industry. So dealerships that sell boats, ATVs, motorcycles, anything power sports. That's what Powergo specializes on. So
Mm,
websites, e-commerce, inventory management. We have a unique loyalty program specifically for the power sports industry, and we've also launched a market for the power sports industry called shoparide.ca. You guys can go check it out. If you're in the market for your next toy, your next power toy, you can find it at shoparide.ca.
Shopperite.ca. I'm gonna put that in the description of this video. Don't
Nice.
be afraid. Click on it and browse, and maybe you'll find something that you're interested or you might be looking for. So, all
Definitely.
right,
Definitely. I appreciate that.
no problem, William. What initially drew you to the world of sales and online business optimization?
Man, I have um, how can I say, my journey was not a straight line, right? So when I was younger, I used to be in the music industry. Like I studied sound
Okay,
engineering,
okay.
um, music production. When I was younger, me and my friends in high school, we started a legendary hip hop group. Some people might know it, but not everybody knows it because I'm no longer in that industry. But that's how that was my dreams when I was younger. But there's some parallels to sales and the music industry. It's all about communications as well, right?
Oh,
So when I figured out that the money was not coming as in abundance as I would have wanted to when I was in the music industry, and I had a son when I was pretty young, so I had to take responsibility. So I had to go on the in the marketplace, basically get a job, right? So I first
mhm.
started as a over the phone making surveys, and there was, I wouldn't say a parallel, but communication, like the same thing with music as well. It came to me naturally, so I'm able to have conversations with strangers. It's not that difficult for me. So I started at legendary, or I'd say a pretty well-known survey. It was Léger. So in
Oh,
Quebec,
yeah.
it's a very, famous. At that time, it was a small little office in Old Montreal, but that's where I
Hmm.
began my sales journey, basically calling people up, interrupting them, saying, "Hey, can we ask you a few questions?" And I was able to do it in English and in French, and that's how I began my journey in sales. After that, I graduated to customer service for a telecommunications company,
Hmm.
and yeah, so cell phones was something that in the early 90s basically was gaining popularity. So I honed my skills over the phone with a big telecommunications company. Then after that, I graduated over to sales. As I had mentioned, to me, customer service and sales are like parallel, right? Customer service, you resolve the issues that your customers are having, and sales is pretty much the same thing, except at the end, you make them an offer, right? And
Hmm.
if it makes sense for them, then we have a deal and we go ahead and proceed. So that's how I started my business, my journey in sales. And then
Hmm.
I was never like somebody that really enjoyed school that too much. So I wasn't the best student. So when it was time to make a decision, should I go back to school or what should I do? I went online and I typed in a keyword business management. I knew I wanted to be involved in business, sales, or something, right? And I found Enterprise Rent a Car. They had a program that was called Management Trainee. So that keyword popped up. I checked it out. I met with them. I went to interview them, and I got hired on the spot. So then I began my sales career as a management trainee at Enterprise Rent a Car. I learned a lot because it was really like uh, um, how can I say, it merged everything. Yes, you had to be on the phone, but you also had to be in person, right? So the people would
Hmm.
call them reservation. then they would come at the branch, or you would have to pick them up to bring them to the branch, show them the car that you were going to rent them. So it really was, I would say, it was my my training in sales, right? To not only do it over the phone, but do it face to face in person as well. And so I learned a lot at Enterprise Rent a Car, definitely, and met some great people as well.
Wow, nice, nice. And were you able to get the job on your first attempt over there?
I sold myself. Yes, I went to meet with them. I sold myself. I told them that I just wanted to learn more about business, and the fact that they had that program called management trainee, I thought it was a good fit, and they hired me on the spot. I began at a branch on in Decari, so that's a big section in Montreal where there's lots of dealerships like
True.
Can Silver Star Mercedes, and we were the branch that would help them with their courtesy cars. So let's say somebody went to the dealership and had to do some work on their cars, and they needed a loaner car while their car was being fixed, then they would call Enterprise, and we would arrange that for them. So that's how I started my journey in the not only in sales but in the automotive industry as well. I graduated, well, not graduated, but I was promoted as assistant manager to Canbec, the BMW dealership on Jean Talon. They had an enterprise branch inside of the dealership. I dealt with Silver Star as well. Just the whole row on Jean Talon of different dealerships. So as with enterprise, I started dealing with these guys as well. So I learned a lot about the business, and I eventually got recruited by one of my clients to work for him. And it was funny because he wasn't in the automotive industry. They were a company that were in the SaaS, right? Software as a service business. So I didn't know
Okay.
anything about that. But I took a chance. I went to meet with them, and it just intrigued me. And when I saw the servers and they explained to me the business model that they basically had software and they would rent out access to different businesses to use that software, it just blew my mind. And that's when I discovered the cloud. And I was like, okay, I want to do this. So I made the jump from enterprise to I don't want to name the business, but
That's okay. Okay.
yeah, but I made the plunge and started selling software as a service.
Hi. I wanted to take a break to thank you for tuning in and being part of this incredible journey with us. It's because of you that we're able to create content that inspires, educates, and unlocks potentials. But guess what? We want to take things even further. We're aiming to bring you higher quality content, videos, sharper audios, and content that just keeps getting better. And this is where you come in. If you've been loving what we're creating and want to see us level up, here's your chance to make it happen. We've set up a Throne account where you can support our journey to upgrade our equipment, whether it's better cameras, microphones, or even lighting. Every single bit of support, no matter big or small, goes directly toward helping us deliver the best possible experience for you. So, if you believe in what we're doing and want to be part of making our content even more amazing, just click in the link in the pinned comment to support us on Throne. Together, we can make this journey truly incredible. Let's get back to the program. Nice, nice. And I remember you saying earlier that you were having some challenges with school. School wasn't something wasn't how can I say this? You said that you had a kid and you were school wasn't really interesting for you. Once you got the management position, uh, and once you got the management position in the training program you were saying earlier, were you doing any kind of training to help you improve on your knowledge on different things, or you didn't do anything regarding that matter?
Well, let me explain a little bit. So it's not that I was a bad student. It's just that I thought I knew more than I did, basically. So I thought I knew it
Okay.
all. So I
Okay.
wasn't somebody that was receptive and just listening to class, but I always kept studying. I always kept seeking knowledge, whether it's online, especially when YouTube became a big thing. I could
Hmm.
watch seminars, I could watch trainings for hours on end. But just being like in a class and just following the protocol, that was something that I thought I knew more and that I didn't need. But so, and then having a kid, you have responsibilities, you have bills. So I had to bring in some income. So that's
Hmm.
when I decided, you know what, instead of going back to school, I found that management training program. And that's when I went because I basically got to learn, but still getting paid at the same time, right? To provide for my little family.
Hmm.
So it's a better fit for me. But to this day, I'm a, what do they call it? Autodidact, right? So I still
Okay.
keep on increasing my knowledge. I love learning new stuff. I have a passion for business and technology, right? So for me, business is really the interaction of people exchanging value, and
Hmm.
technology is how we do it, right? So when I was able to merge those two, I never looked back.
See, the reason why I ask you that question is that, um, let's face it, school is not really something that the majority of people actually like to go to and enjoy. Especially, I'm going through that right now with my daughter. I feel like, in the beginning, when she started high school, I was asking her every day, "How was your day?" And it was, oh, well, it was boring, nothing special, all that. Then I decided to ask her at the end of the week, how was your week at school? And I noticed it was the same answer, and she said that she keeps on saying that it's not really interesting. Um, because me, when I grew up, it was completely different. I love going to school. I love to learn stuff. Um, but with my daughter, I see it's a different experience for her. So the reason why I ask you that question is because even though personally in my academy, my background, I had a master in I have a master in biochemistry. So I was able to go through school. I went through a couple of challenges, but I was able to reach a certain level. But even though I have done all of that for my studies, every time I'm I wasn't a big reader. I was reading what it was necessary for my studies.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I finished, ever since I ended school, I decided to read on things that was interesting me. And now I'm currently I'm working at the call center for a financial institution, and they have an in-house training platform that allows you to train in different things into their their business, but also they also have training for different kind of topics. And I know it's going to be a long-winded answer, but I applied on a couple of positions, and I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get those positions. But what I realized and what I was told also is to ask for feedback, even though you didn't get the position. So at least you will know what you have to work on to be able to apply the
Yeah.
same position and to have that position on the next time.
Okay. Okay.
And I noticed that a lot of people were saying, especially my supervisor was saying, a lot of people are applying on jobs, and when they don't get it, they'll say, "Okay, well, better luck next time," and they don't ask for feedback to improve. And in one of a lot of the element that I got as a feedback was a couple of things I needed to work on, having an agile mindset and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I started to to work on those feedback, on those elements they told me I need to improve. I noticed that not only I'm improving in my task every day that I do at work, but also on my personal side as well. I can apply it in a lot of things. So a lot of people, even though they don't have the same experience that I had with school, I'm still learning to improve myself. And you are still learning to improve yourself, and that's how you are able to be as successful and to have the different opportunities that you have right now and will come in the future.
Yeah,
So that's why I've been trying to help my daughter with that. Is that even though school for you is not a great experience, uh, don't go there and try to learn things that you feel that you can use on your everyday life. That way, it will be more fun for you, and you'll be able to go through those challenges and to have good results.
definitely. Just having an open mindset, it can only help you out. And I understand the struggle too, because me, even though, again, I was not a good student and I was kind of a class clown, a little bit of a troublemaker, a nice guy, but, didn't make my teacher's life easy. But I definitely, now that I have kids, so I know the importance of, you know, doing the best that you can in school. But I also know that you can still, don't let that as an excuse, right? You can still pursue whatever you want to do if you have an open mindset and that you're willing to learn, you're willing to improve yourself. And that's the mission that I find myself on. I am definitely on a mission to becoming the best version of myself. So that's my whole purpose in life, is to be healthy, wealthy, and happy. And that's the same thing that I want for my kids and everybody, basically.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, by the way, write in the comments if you are either doing like William said. He said that he watch videos on YouTube. He's doing some trainings. He's reading books. Write in the comments, what are you using? What are you doing on your everyday to be able to improve your knowledge? Let's
Yeah.
share it together.
Absolutely.
Um,
One thing I must mention as well, when you said about training, throughout my life, when I had challenges, when my mother passed away, that was a big challenge for me. I really
wow.
had a hard
Okay.
time, and I already had my son. I already had a family. I had responsibilities, so I
Mhm.
had to persevere. And I was looking, I was searching. I didn't know, and be again online, just looking at different things. I remember typing in as a keyword, improving myself. Um, how to overcome challenges. And I saw a bunch of videos, whether it's Tony Robbins, whether it's who else,
Eric
Sig Zig,
Thomas.
Eric Thomas.
Hmm.
I saw all of their content, but when I stumbled upon Les Brown, that's when
Ha!
it clicked for me. I was like, whoa. Like, I saw this message from Les Brown when he was talking in a stadium with like 80,000 people. It was called "It's Possible." You could go after your dreams. It's necessary. You have to be hungry. And when I heard that message, it just resonated with me on so many different levels. First of all, I was like, okay, who's this guy? How come I've never seen him before? Like, I thought that I knew everything. I thought that I know everything about everybody. But when I stumbled upon that video, I had never heard about him before. And I was like, wow, it blew my mind. He wasn't a singer. He's not a comedian. He was a motivational speaker. And I was like,
Mhm.
wow, that's what I want to do. Not only do I want to apply that message to my life, but I want to be able to share that message as well. So it really, really inspired me, motivated me, and so much so that I went to the Toastmasters. I was like, I want to be the next Les Brown. So I just followed his journey. And then when I heard that he was a Toastmaster, I didn't even know what Toastmasters was. So I went to check it out, and I went to McGill Toastmasters, where it's basically
Okay.
a group that helps people to basically practice public speaking. And the
Mm.
first day I went over there just to like check it out, just like
Hmm.
to be like a fly on the wall, hoping nobody sees me, just so that I could analyze and see what's going on. And one of the person over there called me out. They saw me in the corner. They said, "You, I don't know who you are, but I think you have something to say. Come over here." And just like that, the first day I went to the Toastmasters, I had to improvise like a 2 minute speech in front of like the class. And it was like maybe 20, 30 people in the classroom and everything like that. And I was like, wow, I was able to do it and I liked it. So I basically I joined the Toastmasters and I improved my public speaking skills, and it definitely helped me out in my sales roles as well. So that's just to say that constant improvement, constant learning, it's something that I really believe in, and I know the benefits of that for sure.
Hmm. Yeah. Les Brown, you gotta be hungry.
You gotta be hungry. Definitely consider Les Brown as like my virtual mentor. So much so, I must say, uh, it wasn't like a few years, um, like I was in sales and I used my commission, right? 1 month's commission. I bought Les Brown's program because
Hmm.
I was a fan and I really believe in his message. And it definitely helped me out for sure, man. So I invested in that program, investing in myself as well and improving my public speaking skills. And it's something that, with COVID, I kind of focused on work and put that to the side. So when you reached out to me, I was like, you know what? I want to do that, man. I want to do more of whether it's public speaking eventually. But when you reached out, I was like, you know what? Let me use my public speaking skills to do a podcast with you.
Well, you know what, William? You just said something really important when you were mentioning about the fact that you use a commission to buy Leslie Brown's program. You use the word investment. You invested in yourself. We live in a world, in an era that people want to flash. They want the nice watch, the nice clothes, nice car, nice house, nice partner, everything nice. Most of them is fake, by the way, but that's okay. It's on social media, they're flashing, that means they're having success. But everyone is looking for that. But a lot of them are not investing in themselves. They rather invest in something external: purse, shoes, clothes, watch, car, house. But when you are investing in you, no one can take that away from you, first of all. And you can have so many opportunities with that investment. A lot of people don't are not afraid to buy those things, but a lot of people are hesitating to get training, buy program to improve themselves on something that they actually need. That's so true what you said there, William. Um, I've done programs in the past, and I haven't regret those investments. And even though I might not have had the result that I was looking for yet, they will come. That's for sure. And thanks to all the things that I've done in the past and what I'm currently doing, I have no doubt in my mind that I will have better results in the future.
One thing I must say about investments, it's not instant, right? Any kind
Mhm.
of investment is a long-term game. So you have to, yes, you have to invest in yourself, but you have to realize that it's a long-term game and the gains will come eventually. You just have to keep at it. Consistency definitely is important. And there's one thing that I follow is that money, like everybody likes money. Everybody likes nice things. We live in a capitalist society, so sure. But for me, and again, I'm not a guru or anything like that, but one thing that I follow as well is the strategy for financial freedom to me is one sentence: make more than you spend so that you can save the rest to invest on yourself. Let me repeat that. Make more than you spend so you can save the rest to invest on yourself. So no matter how much you're making, if you're spending like your living expenses are less than that, you're already rich. You're already richer than most people, right? Because people that are living like paycheck to paycheck, spending on stuff that they don't need, that's not the way. But if you're able to live below your means and save to invest on yourself and invest, yes, it could be a program, it could be time spent with your family, working out, anything that will benefit you. And one thing that I strongly believe is that I save my money to buy assets and to buy experiences. For example, like I had mentioned, I just took my son to see some family in Calgary. Plane tickets are not cheap, but
No.
definitely um, every penny of those flights was worth it. You know, it gave an experience to my younger son that he'll never forget. It gave me some experiences that I won't forget. It enabled me to reconnect with some family members. So definitely make more than you spend and save the rest to invest on yourself. And invest means assets and experiences. That's my
That's
technique, and I'm sticking to it.
that's so true. You just you said a couple of things. I might forget some of them, but I'm gonna talk about some of the things that I remember. First thing you said is that um, the length, the return on the investment, uh, long term, because again, that's another issue that we have in our era where we're living right now. Everyone wants quick
Instant.
result, instant results, and I remember, not I remember. I'm listening to Eric Thomas weekly podcast, and Eric Thomas is a co-host of the podcast. He's there with uh, with with his best friends, and one basically is I don't remember the position. I think Eric Thomas is the CEO, but he's one of his best friend takes all the decisions. Another of his best friend takes care of all the media, video and stuff like that.
Okay, okay,
So, and there's also a fourth one who's he's a real estate specialist that came a few years after the podcast started. And the CJ, which is one of his best friend who takes all the major decisions in the company, always says you don't have to have instant results. Sometimes you might not even get results, or some just try to do your best first of all, and try to do your best to improve just 1% of what where when you started. Just try to do that. You don't have to improve everything. Just try 1%.
yeah,
And don't stop until you actually reach that 1%. And once you do, keep doing it again, improve 1 more percent, 1 more percent. And he said that the success that they are having, first of all, they've been doing this for almost 20 years. So it's not an instant success. And they always say that the big push that they got was from one of Eric Thomas' video where he was in a college class and he was helping kids, and he was talking about the famous when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. He was talking about the guru analogy,
yeah,
and he said that didn't happen on the first video that they recorded on the first year, on the first time that Eric Thomas started to do that. He's been doing that for a decade, even before that actually happened. So that's just to prove that again, maybe you'll get an instant success. However, most of the time you won't. But just trying to do your best to improve just 1%, because the people who are successful to this day, and they are still successful, because it's one thing to be successful. It's another thing to maintain the success. That's another thing.
yeah,
Because yes, you are successful, but once you have success, you have to be able to deliver once you get the demands, once you get everything.
yeah,
So So by improving 1%, you allow yourself to be more comfortable with the additional demand that comes with that 1% that you improved. So that's so true what you said. Think of it as a long-term return, not an instant return. Because yes, it must be, it's fun to have the instant day overnight success, like a lot of people are saying, but it's another thing to be able to deliver and to maintain that for on and on and on and on.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. There's a saying they some people say overnight success takes 10 years. So the audience might see it like, oh, they came out of nowhere and they're successful. No, 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 no. When you peel the cover and you look behind the curtains, you'll see that they've been doing that. It's been a 10-year process on average. So I strongly believe in that. And just like anything, right? If you want to have physical fitness, it's not one workout that's going to make you jacked and be all buffed. And no, no, no. It's consistency. You have to keep going, keep going, keep going. Even financial. If you win the lottery, boom, instant. But what happens to 99% of people that win the lottery? You go see them a couple of years after, it's all gone. But whoever's
Mhm.
at a steady process, and like you said, compounding interest, that 1% on top of the 1% from the other 1% at the end of the whole journey, that's when it's valuable. That's when it's worth something. That's when you're proud of the work that you put in, and that's when you keep it. You can maintain and sustain that kind of success. So I definitely believe in the process, consistency, discipline is everything.
Yes, yes.
It's not easy.
Especially
It's not easy, but yeah,
no, no. If it was easy, everyone, like Eric said, if it was easy, everyone would do it.
exactly,
But
exactly.
that's so true. Discipline is not easy, and especially when you're having some success, demands are different and expectation are different, and all of a sudden you have more resource and there's more distractions that could have happened because of that. So yeah, that helps you maintain
In sales, that is applicable in sales as well. Because sales, you could have a great month, a great quarter, and let it go to your head and be like, oh man, I'm the man. Look at this commission I just did. Look at this, look at that. And if you let that go to your head and you distract yourself, oh boy, the downward spiral can happen very quickly as well. So consistency, and even there will be ups and downs. Life is not just like a straight road and there's no challenge. There will be challenge. Just like Les Brown says, it's not like, oh, I wonder if. No, no, no. There will be challenge. I guarantee that. But you have to go through that, and you have to apply the discipline that you have so that you can navigate through the ups and downs, so that you can be consistent. So it applies to life and it applies to sales. Sales is life. To me, like there's a parallel. Sales and life, it's the same thing.
it. That's so true. Um, William, I'm a specialist into create social media content,
Mhm.
and give us an example of something new that you tried on your social media content to help your business improve.
I'm constantly trying new things. Like, for example, when I went to California and we went to the BRP club, I took a couple of pictures, right? Because there was certain stuff that you couldn't film, but the other stuff that, yeah, like the showroom, the new bikes, the new boats, the new lineup of products that they had. So I took a couple of pictures. And on my flight back, I was like, you know what? Let me post them. I added them to LinkedIn and made a little, little description about my time at the BRP club, the great conversations that I had, the people that I met, and I just posted it like that. And something that I said, hey, I took the pictures, and then I saw that wow, that post I got like close to like 20,000 impressions on it. I got like over 100 likes and some engagement and stuff like that, not knowing I was just posting it because I had taken the pictures and I want, honest truth, I wanted to free up some space on my phone. So I was like, what am I going to do with those pictures? So let me just post them. And I just saw the visibility. So again, social media, it's not the answer to everything, but just in terms of visibility, we live in a multi-channel world, right? So if somebody's
Mhm.
looking for my kind of services, they might be on LinkedIn, they might be on this platform, they might be on there. So just being present on the online the different online platforms, I see a benefit to that. So that's just one example. And being in tech, working in tech, then we have to stay abreast of all the latest trends. And but some of them are just trends as well, right? So the
Hmm.
fundamentals, they stay the fundamentals, but then the different options, the different opportunities, then I keep my ear to the street just to see what's going on. And if I can benefit from it, then I try it out.
Hmm. You know what? In what you said, the key thing that I got from what you said is that first of all, you didn't post those images just for show. You posted because you wanted to share with people your experience. And the other thing that that resonated with what you said the word interaction. A lot of people just post things then again to flash, but the what on each platforms what they want is that they want you to post something, and your what you're posting will be pushed to be shared on multiple people if people are interacting, comments, likes,
Yep,
shares.
yep.
So a lot that's the thing. That's a the key thing you said. You share it to share your experience, but also for interactions.
Mhm.
So that's so key because if there's no, you might have the greatest picture, the greatest video that you can post on any social media platform. If there's no interaction, it's not going to track, it's not going to be as successful, and the platform would not push it. So a lot of people on that platform can actually have a chance to see it because if people are interacted, the platform will realize it as okay, it keeps people on that platform because a lot of them are actually watching or seeing or listening to what is there, and there are interactions, there are discussion about this, so I'm going to push it so people can stay on my platform as long as possible. So that's a good thing that you said. uh Write on the comments, by the way, if you have tried anything special that actually worked. Key thing that William said: try to do new things.
Yep.
Try to do new things. Hi, I wanted to take a break to talk directly to those of you who are looking to elevate your social media game. If you've been struggling to create impactful content, or maybe you're just not seeing the engagement you want, don't worry, I've got you covered. Here's the deal: I'm offering a free Zoom meeting where we can work together to enhance your content strategy. Whether you're trying to boost your engagement, grow your followers, or simply make your post stand out, I'm here to help you make it happen. Think about it. One Zoom session could be the turning point that takes your social media presence to the next level. You and I will dig into what's working, what's not, and tailor strategies that fits your brand and goals. So, if you're ready to up your content game, all you have to do is to click the link in the pinned comment and schedule your free Zoom session now. It's that easy. Let's turn those social media struggles into success stories. Don't wait. Take action today and let's get your content to stand out in the crowd. I'm excited to see you on the other side of this Zoom meeting. Let's get back to the program.
Believe in stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Oh,
All
definitely.
the motivation, whether it's Les Brown, um, all of them, they'll tell you that success is found outside of your comfort zone. And it's not easy because that's a comfort zone, right? When you know what you know and you're comfortable in doing what you've always been doing, just it doesn't have to be drastic, it doesn't have the next day you do the complete opposite, but just, step outside of your comfort zone just to test out the waters and you'll see, you can only learn. I strongly believe there is no like completely failure. The only way you can really completely fail is if you quit. But if you try something out, if it doesn't work out, then you learn, and you next time again with that same 1%, you just improve a little bit, see what worked, and then try something else in that same maybe direction just to see again if you can push the envelope, your comfort zone by 1% incremental growth, compounding interest, compounding effect. So I strongly believe in that.
William, you just said another thing that resonated with me because it's something that I, I've been teaching on my to my daughter, especially lately on some challenges that she's having. I my wife and I were trying to give her different solutions, different way to be able to go through her challenges, and she was, let's say, not receptive, or she kept on saying that I already tried that and stuff like that. Okay. So once I realized that my wife and I were giving different answers for to help my daughter, and she was not receptive to those, we told her, okay, you know what? You can Google it or watch that topic on YouTube and figure out, find if what we are telling you doesn't fit you or you that hasn't worked. Try to find something else, and she was still not receptive. So at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing. The one thing I can guarantee you is that it will not change if you don't try something different. I told her, you know what? They say that the definition of insanity is keep repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. So I can guarantee you that if you don't try something new, you will still have the same result. You will still feel uncomfortable about what you're going through. You will still feel sad. You will still feel unhappy. Because I told it personally, sometimes when I'm going through some things that I don't like or I don't get the result that I want to be able to see if I'm able to get a different result, I might have to do some things that I don't like. But if you stop yourself just saying, I don't like to do that, I'm not going to do it, without even trying, you are you are because sometimes we think that we don't like something and we don't do it, but once we actually do it, it's not as bad as we thought, or it's reverse. Oh well, you know what, that was better than I was expecting. You know what, I thought that I would not like that, but once I did it, it's
Yeah.
fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine. It's better. I like it finally. So that's why I told her the best thing I can guarantee you, if you don't do anything different or you don't do anything, you will still be in the same place that you are right now. So if you want to remain where you are, then you have the recipe. Keep doing what you're doing. If you want something new, try something new.
Definitely. I strongly believe in that. And it's applicable for the kids. I know kids bring a lot of challenges, but it's applicable to ourselves as well, right? It's applicable
Mm-hmm.
to ourselves. Because one thing, if you're not willing to try something new or to try to improve your situation, don't complain. Like if you're not willing to try something, then do not complain because that's the solution. You have to try something different to get a different result. So yeah, we speak the same language. Definitely, I agree with everything you just said for sure.
And you know what? To finish with my daughter, couple days later, she came back from school and she had a big smile. She said, "You know what, Dad? I was able to go through my challenges, and I was able to get a different result, and I'm more comfortable." She see, first of all, I'm proud of you.
Nice.
But when she said that, she also said quickly, "But I didn't do what I one of the things that I recommended her to do." But I said, you know what? Even though you didn't do especially by the letter what I told you to do, you were in a different mindset. So actually you did something different and you got a different result. So I'm proud of you at the end of the day. I want you to be happy. I love you. So if you feel better, then kudos to you. Keep doing what you're doing.
She didn't want to give you the whole credit. She said, I tried something, but it wasn't what you said, but I tried something and it worked. So those are lessons that'll stay with her forever. So, and it's something, like I said, that's the key to life, right? You have to
Mm.
be willing to step outside of your comfort zone, try something new to get the results that you want. But if you're what you're doing right now, if that works, keep doing it. It's
Hmm.
only when it's you want something and you're not able to get it, that's when you have to try something new. But when you do have the formula, keep doing it. Don't let your foot off the gas. Keep going.
Hmm. Yes, 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 yes.
And all applies to sales, and all of that applies to sales as well. So we're talking about life, but all of that is applicable to sales as well.
All right, people, put some thumbs up in the comments. There's a lot of amazing nuggets that are being delivered by William today. Put some thumbs up. William, I'm gonna switch to another different direction.
Okay.
I'm curious to know how spirituality fits into your life.
Spirituality, it fits. It fits in my everyday life, but I am not a religious person.
Mhm.
There's certain fundamental aspects that I believe everybody deals with in life, no matter your race, your color, your um, ethnicity, where you were born. There's certain fundamentals that apply to everybody, and spirituality has those elements. Everybody, we're all human beings. The one thing that I do not, and that's one thing that I learned at Toastmasters, that's my style. I don't like to talk about politics, religion, and what else? Mainly politics and religion. I stay away from that because I know that everybody has their own experience, and
Mhm.
I'm not the one to impose my point of view or my perspective on anybody. But I definitely am a spiritual person. I believe in a higher power. I believe that there is something beyond us. I believe that there's a purpose to our existence on this planet. But I do not follow any specific religion. I was
Mhm.
raised in a Christian by a very religious mother, but
Mhm.
myself, I, I I follow certain principles, just like to be a good person. But as far as this dogma to say this is how you have to do it, you have to go there every Sunday, you have to read this. I stay away from that personally.
Hmm. Well, it's a personal choice. At the end of the day, it's what fits you better.
Hmm.
So it doesn't have to be what it doesn't have to be imposed, because if it is imposed, you're not gonna be comfortable because it's not you.
Yeah.
So you have to find whatever fits you, whatever you feel comfortable with, and do what what makes you feel happy. So what you
What?
feel you that gives you the best mindset or the best opportunity to be able to succeed. So that's no there's no shame in that. And you mentioned that you one of the things is to be a good person. Is there something else that you feel comfortable into sharing that you are applying in your life that comes from the spirituality? Doesn't have to be religion.
Yeah, so for sure it's not religious. I don't know if you could consider it to be spiritual, but I have a philosophy. My
There you go.
philosophy is called the MYOFB. You'll see that I love acronyms, okay? I like to keep things simple. I like to keep things, it's complicated, but it's simple, right? MYOFB stands for mind your own effing business. It might sound like I'm trying to be controversial. I'm not trying to be controversial. It's just the F for me stands for the five fundamental F's of life, the things that you and only you have to take care of. And I'm talking about fitness, food, fashion, finances, and family. Let me break that down for you. So I believe that everybody has their mind, right? Everybody has a mind of their own, and we all are in control of our own mind. So why I say you have to mind your own effing business is that you have to decide what's important to you and focus on that. Do not let yourself be distracted by everything, because the world that we're living in, everybody wants your attention. Everybody wants to sell you something. Everybody wants to grab your mental capacity. So you have to be able to focus on what benefits you. And I have a whole system for that. When I say fitness, right? Fitness, nobody else can do your push-ups for you. You have
No.
to do. for yourself, right? And
Mm-hmm.
fitness, I like to keep it simple. You have to move your body and lift weights if you want to have muscles. That's it. Yes, you could do. There's so many different kinds of training, this, that, but at the bottom, at the end of the day, or bottom line, move your body and lift weights if you want to have muscles. Then after that, food. Yes, we are bombarded. This restaurant, this the diet, this over. But you are the one that decide what you put in your mouth. Nobody else can chew your food for you. So that's why I say you have to mind your own effing business. And food is part of one of those F's that you are in control of. And then once you have your fitness and your food in check and you feel good, you're going to want to look good. So that's when the F for fashion comes in. I learned that at Enterprise. I remember um, I lived in Côte d'Ivoire, which is I love that neighborhood, but some people might call it the hood or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
where I went to work with a suit and tie, the people, I'm the same person, but the people interacted with me in a different way. So fashion, it's not just about looking trendy and stuff like that. It's how you move in the world, right? So if you feel good, you want to look good, make sure your outfit is always appropriate to whatever you're trying to do. If you want to be the tough guy or whatever, there's an outfit for that. If you want to be the ladies' man or what, there's an outfit for that. But if you want to be a professional and you want to present yourself in a way that people are going to take you seriously, then there's an outfit for that as well. And
Mm-hmm.
that you control. Yes, there's lots of trends, but you put on your shirts and everything. You're the one that dresses yourself every day. So that's the third F. Then after that, we live in a world where we need money. So your mind, that's why I say finances, you have to be able to make more than you spend to save the rest to invest on yourself. That's my financial formula. No matter, right? So if you want to have lots of things, you want to have lots of toys, you want to have the big house, okay, sure. Just make sure that you make more than you spend and that you save the rest to invest on yourself. If you say, oh, but I don't have all of that, I don't make, okay, fine. Budget, whatever you do have, make sure that you live below the means so that you could save the rest to invest on yourself and improve your situation. And
Mm.
at the end of the day, it's all about family. And when I say family, it could be friends, whoever you spend a lot of time with, they become your family, right? So, an investment to me, again, an asset that can generate more income or experiences so that you can spend quality time with the people that you love, family, your kids, your wife, your friends. Like that's who family is, right? And family is whoever you let into your inner circle, and that's really what I believe in. So I don't believe it's a religion, but that's my philosophy. I mind my own effing.
Wow. Nice, nice, nice. So MYOFB, mind your own F business. And the F that Will mentioned that are key for him are fitness, food, fashion, finance, and family.
Got it, my man. You got it.
A lot of nuggets. Put some thumbs up in the comments. By the way, if you have other philosophies, write it in the comments as well. Like I said earlier, we're here to share, to be able to make us be able to have as much success as possible. If you have another philosophy, write it in the comments. That's fine. Awesome. Well, that it has been an amazing, amazing time, William. Last question: what's next for you? What are you currently working, projects, goals towards to be able to reach to another level?
I hit you with the last acronym, right? Once you figure out what's important to you, and very important, I highly recommend you write it down. Once you figure out what all of those F's, what's important to you, you write it down. And then, like Les Brown said, you gotta be hungry. And what do you do when you're hungry?
Eat food.
So the last acronym I have for you, EAT. EAT. So once you know what you want, and you have figured it out, you execute, accomplish, and teach. So execute means you do the work that needs to be done. Accomplish, you do it until it is done. And then once it's done, you teach it to the next person. Because we don't live in a silo where we're individuals. We live in a community. So execute, do the work that needs to be done, accomplish, do it until it is done, and then teach it to the others. So right now, for me, I'm executing. I know what I want. I know how to go get it, and I'm on a great run right now. So I'm keeping on. I'm not letting my foot off the pedal. I'm just going at full speed, getting the results that I want until it is accomplished. And here, what I'm doing with you right now, I'm slowly teaching it to other people. So that's what I'm at. I'm EAT. I'm eating right now.
Hmm. What's key in that acronym? I'm gonna repeat again: E for execute, A for accomplish, T to teach. And the key thing in that acronym that you just said is the T part, because when I'm gonna speak personally. A lot of times when I through my studies and beyond, a lot of times I learned new things and I knew I'm it. I learned this. I'm the best in that topic that I just read. I'm the best, and that's it. I'm gonna have all the success just because of that. And then my wife, my daughter, or anyone comes at me and asks me a question about that topic, I'm trying to explain it and I'm see the big question mark in that person's face. And then I realize, you know what? I thought I was it on that topic. I have the knowledge. I am able to do it, but I don't know it as well enough to be able to explain it to someone else. So the T thing, William, is what I really think is that personally is what I'm working on. It might be something else for someone else, but me, the T thing, because I'm going to execute. My wife calls me the bulldog. When I want to do something, I work at it and I don't start until I get my result. So the E and the A, that's not a problem for me. But once I've done it, and then someone else asks me to explain it, I don't have any problem talking to people or talking in front of a crowd of people. That's not an issue for me. But me is to be able to know it as enough to be able to explain it to someone else that's not into my field. And I have to do it in a simple way for them to be able to understand it. So,
That's a work in progress. Me,
mhm.
again, I'm like you. Execution, I'll do it. I have the will to do it. Let's go. Let's do it. But I had to work on the accomplish. That's something even with school, because I would be distracted. Oh, something else is new now. I'll start something else now. I'll do this. So I learned that no, 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 no. Once you decide to do something, okay, it's good to start, it's good to keep on going, but you have to keep on going until it's accomplished. And the T, like you said, you have to teach it because, listen, what's the point of just knowing stuff and you can't apply it? You can't teach it to somebody else. But it's not just about teaching them. Again, like I said, I wasn't a good student. That context of just having somebody telling you, da 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 da, da this is how it's done, it didn't resonate with me. But when I see it, when I saw Les Brown on that stage, that's him teaching to me. So I want to teach by example. I want to be the real deal so that when somebody, if they want to emulate what I'm doing or they're interested in what I'm doing, then I could show them. I'll show them the result that I got. It's like that's how I believe in teaching, not just telling, but telling the truth, showing, being, an example of the message. Like Les Brown said as well, it's one thing to have the message, to memorize the message. It's another thing to be the message. And that's what
Hmm.
I'm working on. I'm
Hmm.
proving myself to be the message and not imposing on everybody else. Whoever's interested, then whenever they meet me, then I could share my experience. And that's how I want to teach them. So that's what I'm
Hmm.
working on. That's my story, and that's what I'm sticking to.
So William just said that his main thing, his main challenge with the EAT is the A part, the accomplishing part. Me, it's the teaching part. Because for me, once I want to do something, I'm not going to let go until I actually do it and have executed. So, and accomplish it. That's not a problem. How about you? What's your challenge into those three acronyms? Write it in the comments, and that way we can share that challenges. Well, William, it has been an amazing time with you. Thank you again for spending your time. And for all the people who want to follow you, who want to reach at you for different needs, how can they reach at you?
LinkedIn. My platform of choice is LinkedIn. That's where I'm the most responsive, where I have the most engagement. So reach out to me on LinkedIn, especially if you are a power sports dealer, then definitely I can help you out. But if you want to follow what I'm up to and what I'm doing, reach out on LinkedIn.
Okay, so I'm going to put William's linked in the description along with the website you mentioned earlier. What was it again?
Shoparide.ca.
Per-
Shoparide.ca.
Perfect. So I'm going to put those two links in today's description. Thank you again, Williams.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning today into the Unlock Potential Show. Join us next time as we uncover more stories of innovations and success. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, press the subscribe button, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next episode. If you have any comments regarding what we talked today, don't be afraid to write them below. And remember, every big journey begins with a small step. Let's take that first step together here at Unlock Potential. See you on the next episode, everyone. Brought to you by Wonder Studio and produced by Kevin Raphael.